September the 7th, 2016, the U.S. intelligence officials forwarded an investigative referral of FBI to FBI Director James Comey and Assistant Director of Counterintelligence Peter Strzok regarding U.S. presidential candidate Hillary Clinton's approval of a plan concerning U.S. presidential candidate Donald Trump and Russian hackers hampering U.S. elections as a means of distracting the public from her use of a private email server. You don't remember getting that or being taught? That doesn't
ring bells with me.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty stunning thing. It didn't ring a bell, but it did come to you. Let's just end with this. You get this inquiry from the Intelligence Committee to look at the Clinton campaign, basically trying to create a distraction, accusing Trump of being a Russian agent or a Russian stooge or whatever to distract from her email server problems. And how far-fetched is that, Mr. Comey, when we now know that the Democratic Party, through Fusion GPS, hired Christopher Steele, a foreign agent who had a very strong bias against Trump, who hired a Russian subsource who the FBI believed to be a Russian spy to compile a dossier that was a bunch of crap to be used against an American citizen working for the Trump campaign. You already knew that. Seems to me you'd want to investigate other allegations, but you're telling me that you don't recall this.
I'm sorry, Senator, is there a question?
Yes, you don't recall this inquiry I just read about September the 2016.
No, as I said, it doesn't, again,
Do you remember being told,
but it doesn't sound familiar.
do you remember being told by the the intelligence community? Remember the episode with Trump in the hotel with the hookers and the dossier?
Yes, I remember that portion.
Okay,
of this.
that's pretty hard to ignore. Do you remember in December, the Intelligence Committee basically said a U.S. intelligence community report contained information about the falsity of the details of Trump's sexual activity in Moscow and assessed that they were the product of Russian intelligence services infiltrating a source into Steele's network. So this is from the Horowitz report. In other words, the intelligence community had assessed that the dossier's description of a sexual escapade was actually a Russian disinformation campaign. Did you know that when it came out?
I'm not familiar with what you're reading from. I don't know whether
it's in the Horowitz report. I guess what I'm saying is that the Horowitz report has information they had in the file that the whole scenario with Trump and the sexual escapade was Russian disinformation. And you knew that, and you never told the court. To me, that is something that the court should know. If, in fact, the Russians had infiltrated Steele's sources to create this myth about sexual misconduct of the president, that to me seems to cry out for slowing down and stopping, not keep using the document. All I can say is that you believed it would be a dereliction of duty not to look at Trump Russia.